in Dynamite. I forgot where it was from, but it was pretty good. But anyway, let's start with Raw. The Raw theme was to pay homage to AJ Styles after his untimely loss to Gunther and the end of his career. Let's just get to it. The Raw itself was basic. And before I even say that, I want to say, get well soon, Big Bronson Reed. Torn bicep. No one knows how long he's going to be out. He's out indefinitely. The Vision is a group that is haunted, like it's a cursed group. Every member of the original Vision is hurt except Paul Heyman, but it isn't like he does anything physical in the first place. But he is not even in the group for real. Like everybody in the original group, the wrestlers are hurt. Braun Breaker, Seth Rollins, and now Big Bronson Reed. I hope Theory stays healthy, and Logan Paul as well, but it definitely seems like this whole faction has lost any type of momentum that it had prior to Seth Rollins' untimely injury. But with that, that is what it is. We have a decent shot, a decent fuel for the Liv Morgan versus Stephanie Victoria match, which is going to go on, which has also led to the Elimination Chamber, which is this Saturday, and the Elimination Chamber match is now going, the women's anyway, is now definitely going to be for Who Wrestled Jade at WrestleMania for the WWE Women's title. I'm going to get to that as well, what my predictions for the Elimination Chamber are. But this Raw was pretty much, you can miss it. The only really interesting thing was to see AJ Styles say that he truly wants to be retired and that he is willing to just give it all up. But the news is that he will be working with the younger talent, which is amazing. But the big news coming out of this was not even that. It was that The Undertaker came out to his dong and told AJ that he's going to be in the WWE Hall of Fame class of this year, which joining Stephanie McMahon. I feel like it's rushed. I don't know if anyone else feels like it's rushed, but I definitely feel like it's rushed. Not as bad. It's not a bad thing, but it's usually, it isn't, oh, you retired this year and you're healthy. All right, there you go. We're going to put you in the Royal Rumble. I feel like, the Hall of Fame, I definitely feel like everyone at the Hall of Fame is getting, they're picking straws. Why not Batista? They took him out, they put him in, put Batista back in. He didn't have the ceremony during COVID, because I guess he wanted to actually do it with people. So definitely, Batista was there. I definitely would have went with Batista over AJ, but I guess it's just keeping up the momentum for AJ Styles. Hopefully he'll be a authority figure or something. I would love for him to be the authority figure on SmackDown, and they can definitely move Nick Aldis into a wrestling capacity, because I think he wants to wrestle more than he lets on. But the Raw was lackluster, other than the ending with AJ and then at the aftermath. They should have showed that. I also like to say I feel like Goldberg was definitely super angry because he didn't even get a full segment to give his farewell speech in Atlanta, Georgia, but they gave it to AJ Styles. I felt like that was a shot at Goldberg. But on other news, on to AEW. AEW Dynamite. It was a good show. Good matches. Another injury. Let's say it. Get well soon, Penelope Ford. I feel like Penelope Ford is definitely injury prone. The tag team match for the women's tag team titles. She's hurt again. She broke her ankle on that moonsault, which I think is a stupid spot anyway. Hangman does it all the time, and I don't like it then. I didn't like it when Penelope Ford did it again, because it was definitely, she didn't even hit anyone. That's the reason she broke her ankle. She landed full impact on her ankle, and it snapped that little thing like a twig. But other than that, it was a good show. Swerve had an amazing beginning with his promo when he came out, stood on the table. I'm still against Swerve being heel, but hey, that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes. But hey, it gave a thing. He's more like an anti-hero, I guess. I really don't like him feuding with Brody King. I guess that's what's going on in Revolution. But you know, because Brody's so over it, they were yelling F Ice, F Don Callis. I mean F Don Callis, F Ice 2. That was definitely one of the most amazing moments. I know a lot of people are like, oh, that's going to be burying Brody King. I say that doesn't bury Brody King. That brings Brody King to the mainstream media of professional wrestling. We are forgetting that professional wrestling is a niche thing. This got national attention. This man needs to be good or bad, you know. Hey, controversy creates cash. Let that man be cash. Don't put him against someone that people just universally don't want to boo, which is Swerve Strickland. And I would like to say I feel that Swerve is one of the people that is like one of the great ambassadors of just AEW. He's probably more of an ambassador than half the roster. He can speak well, very well spoken, charismatic on the mic, not just for wrestling fans, but charismatic to just people that just want to see more minority representation within wrestling, which that also gets me to WWE again. We have the Elimination Chamber. The Elimination Chamber, I'm shocked at one entrant in particular, but very happy. My girl, Kiana James. The youth movement in the WWE is amazing. It's crazy that they're finally making, and the minority movement as well. With Javon Evans also qualifying for the Elimination Chamber, and Trick Williams. Obviously, I feel like the Elimination Chamber is going to be mostly dominated between Cody Rhodes and Jacob Fatu. Well, actually, Jacob's not in it, but between Cody Rhodes himself, Cody Rhodes, and is going to be that guy he's going to be the guy in the chamber. Maybe him and Jey Uso probably be the two people that we see the most of. I definitely seen Cody going over, but I hear there's a rumor of there being a multi-man match, which I hate all these multi-man matches, but that's just the same thing that they do because they want to get all these stars on the show and everybody's feuding for the world title. But at least Roman and Cody will be for the world title. We don't need extra. But I see it being a good showing. I feel like in the Elimination Chamber, Javon Evans is definitely going to show out. He's going to do his thing. So more power to Javon. The women's, since it's with Jade, I feel like they're going to run it back with Jade versus Tiffany Stratton again. I'm not too excited about that, but I definitely see it happening. And then we have, what other match do we have? So it's so not interesting. No, we also have AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch for the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship. I see that going pretty good. Maybe I see only one or two things happening. If Becky retains, it's going to be some tomfoolery, maybe with Maxine and Natalia involved. But if Becky will get herself disqualified. If Becky loses, that'll definitely set grounds for a rematch on WrestleMania, which I definitely see them having a WrestleMania match that is posted, maybe a stipulation match even, for both of them, and that'll be good. AJ will make her return to WrestleMania. It'll be a marquee match, and definitely good. And I'm sure Becky, promo-wise, even though I'm not a super fan of Becky's in-ring, promo-wise, Becky will make it interesting and entertaining leading up to WrestleMania. That also leads us to the World Heavyweight Championship match in Balor versus CM Punk. I feel like CM Punk is CM Punk's going over, but Dominic's going to screw Finn Balor, which is going to lead to the Finn Balor face turn. That's my predictions anyway. I definitely can see Finn Balor coming in and, you know, winning, and then will lead to the Demon versus Dirty Dom at WrestleMania this coming year. So definitely it'll be decent. It'll be good. I don't see the Elimination Chamber being anything too special, too crazy, but I definitely see the Elimination Chamber being a setup, and we'll get the reveal of the box, the crate. Not too thrilled with the crate if it's Danhausen. I like Danhausen, but he's going to be a comedy character in the WWE. But if it is the other person that is going around on the interwebs, which is Karrion Kross, and he'll be in the Vision, that'll definitely be far more interesting than anything else we could expect. Karrion Kross being in the Vision, him and Scarlett, I would love that. I think that would add a spark in the Vision, because people want Kross, people miss Kross. If Kross gets brought back anytime soon, Kross versus Rollins, maybe, if Breaker isn't healed by Mania, will definitely be something to talk about. Definitely be something to talk about. Very exciting. I also want to just bring this up. I feel like AEW is missing. They're missing something. And they're missing something because they're not putting the Rascals in everything tag team related. They should be the AEW tag team champions. FTR versus the Rascals would be amazing. Whichever one, whether it's Zachary Wentz, Myron Reed, or Desmond Xavier, it doesn't matter, because those guys are amazing in the ring. They were amazing in TNA. They were amazing. Desmond Xavier was amazing in NXT. Granted, he couldn't just go out and be a pothead on WWE television. That was Matt Riddle, and look how that got. But I feel like they could have used him and put him on the main roster. He could have been in that spot where Javon Evans is now. He's not as young, or probably, and he doesn't fit with the YN culture as Javon Evans does, but he definitely is just as talented, I feel, if not more, because of the experience that he has in the business. So, Tony, push the Rascals, dude. What are you doing? That also lets me think there's just so many missed opportunities in AEW. My God. Hopefully, Penelope Ford. Hopefully, they just push Megan Bayne as a singles wrestler. She is a powerful woman. She might not be the best on the mic, but she definitely could use. I would put her in the Don Callis family and let Don Callis be the one to speak for her, and just let her run through girls until. But not that I don't like Tekla, but we can at least give her the TNT championship. And I do love Willow, but I feel like, hey, you know, two heel champions. It's always more fun when the champion is the heel. Yeah, I think we always know that. As much as we hated the Moxley run, and this MJF run has been kind of lackluster, but it's still better than the Hangman run. The Hangman run was absolute trash. If you must know, and I know a lot of people are going to be like, you don't know what you're talking about, you're delusional. No, Hangman has been a horrible champion every time. It's uninteresting. The sad thing is that Drew isn't proving me right, because Drew is uninteresting on SmackDown as the WWE champion, so there's that. But also, just to throw this out here, I want to talk about Oba Femi. Oba is going to be feuding with Rusev, who a lot of people are saying that Rusev is full of the shit, because he said that he left AEW because he wanted to wrestle more. And everyone has stated many times that the only reason he did not wrestle more is because he did not want to take an L. He did not want to lose. He did not want to do the job. Which, and he is losing a lot more in WWE. He doesn't lose everything. He did. Him and Sheamus was like 50-50 booking. He's lost some few matches, but he isn't on TV a lot either. If he is wrestling more, it's probably on main event, which I do catch main event, but not all the time. I don't catch all of them. But if he wrestles Oba Femi, we definitely know Oba is not going to be 50-50. The match might be 50-50, but the booking is Oba wins, in a more convincing fashion than most people would when they defeat Rusev. It won't be out of luck or anything like that. So I don't know how this is going to be, but I definitely see them putting a rocket on Oba Femi, just due to the fact of him going viral off of his walk, his entrance, his ring entrance, the theme, the Black Panther, the M'Baku. Not that he's not good in the ring, not that he doesn't work it. He sells the gimmick, he sells the character, he sells everything that he needs to sell. He definitely sells it, so I give him all the props in the world regarding that. But will that be able to take him to to a World Heavyweight Championship, or Intercontinental Championship, or United States Championship, whatever show he ends up on? I don't know. Also, where's Royce Keys? Where is Powerhouse Hobbs? Why is he on main event? You have him here. You got him. You're not going to send him to NXT. Let's put him in a storyline somewhere. Definitely, I would put him on Raw. I don't think SmackDown needs him. But hey, they might. But I don't think SmackDown needs him. SmackDown is the minority show. That's where they put it. It's like it's on UPN again. If you're old enough to get that joke, you're an old person. But it also leads me to TNA. TNA Wrestling has been decent these past few months, even though they started off slow with a lackluster debut on AMC. Other than that, they've been pretty consistent. The Mickie James return a few weeks ago was definitely, I want to see if that leads to her versus Ash, who has evidently made a good, remarkable return. Miss Elegance is back, and hopefully one of her first matches will be with Mickie James since her return. A lot of girls, like all the legends, Brooke Taskmaster, I can't even speak, but Brooke Adams, and who else? There was a lot that were talking and calling her out because of the injury. And is the injury fake or not? Which I don't think it might have been. I think it might have been a concussion personally, and everybody's taking concussions super seriously, as they should. So we need to get to that. Just respect that. Respect that people get injured. Concussions happen. This isn't wrestling from 1985 or even 90. This is 2026. This is many years later. People are health conscious, and we don't want to see people pass away prematurely if it's definitely avoidable. Look at how many legends we've lost just in the past year and a half. So many people passing away in the wrestling business. But TNA is doing good. Mike Santana, his feud with Macklin, which I thought Macklin was going to leave and go to AEW, but I see it was just a storyline. But hopefully Deonna Purrazzo will be leaving AEW and going back to TNA. I would definitely love to see Deonna back in TNA doing her thing near the top of the card. Some Deonna Purrazzo versus Tessa Blanchard would be amazing, I think, for the people. Just, Tessa has so much heat just because of the racism and her not being a nice person, allegedly. And there we go. That's everything else. On the men's side, like I said, Santana is doing his thing. We have Moose. Moose is babyface now. I feel like they're one of those. They did lose a lot of people. there's a lot of people I would love to see on the TNA roster that are gone. The Rascals were one of them. I spoke about them earlier. Speedball Mike Bailey's also gone, but they still have Leon Slater, who is amazing. I see him as a superstar. Maybe he can be the next. Not that there's ever going to be a next, but maybe he can end up being the next AJ Styles when it comes to TNA. I would love to see something like that for him. But that's it. That is Rope Break, a wrestling podcast. I would like to say good luck to Peter Wesley. He is out trying to meet Cody Rhodes right now. Good luck, brother. I hope you get to see the American Nightmare. I know the line is crazy, but also SmackDown will be from Louisville, Kentucky, which is where we are located. And I hope he gets to get everything he wants signed by Cody Rhodes. His Undisputed Championship replica and his Winged Eagle replica, both signed by Cody Rhodes. We did see the Royal Rumble live last year where he defended both of those against Kevin Owens in a spectacular ladder match. And good wrestle Kevin Owens as well. Wrestling's just injury prone right now. But shout out to Peter. Shout out to Big Shaw, who is going for Indie Rock Promoter of the Year here in Louisville. So shout out to you. But remember, no matter how life is, if it gets you down, if you're about to tap out, do not tap out. Because you, my friend, can always make it to the ropes for a rope break. Like, comment, subscribe.